welcome to the channel. This is all about this blues harmonica, and today I'd like to talk to you about how to breathe on the harmonica, as in regulating your breathing, what's good about it and all the rest of it, and perhaps it'll help some people. Maybe starting out, it might even help some people who've been at it for a while. It's a bit of a myth about all this stuff. Now, I've been a saxophonist most of my life, most of my adult life. I had a very active time at one stage before I was a local professional as a saxophone player. Always played harmonica, of course, and I'm a multi-instrumentalist, played a lot of other instruments. Alright, but breathing, regulating the breathing is kind of crucial. Certainly on woodwind, certainly if you're a trumpet player, for example, that working from the diaphragm is essential. As a saxophone player, you do work from the diaphragm, but you kind of just work from both, and we work from both on this. Yes, you should be blowing from your diaphragm, I'll talk about now, but we do other things, and it's not what some people purport it to be. Okay, so when you play harmonica, okay, if I play a long note, I want to keep it going. I don't want any vibrato. I just want it to be clean and strong. Okay. If I don't take it from the diaphragm, and I take it from here, from the lung, from up here. Now, if you're playing a saxophone, a trumpet, or whatever, these guys know this right from the word go. If you do that and you don't take from the diaphragm, what you'll end up with, you won't be able to control the long note the longer it goes on. It will start wavering, and it will go in and out of tune, or you won't be as pure. You won't be able to attack it the same way. You have obviously, when you use your diaphragm, it relaxes you, it reduces your pulse rate, which is very beneficial for you anyway. It's a health benefit, of course, but the most important thing here is that it creates relaxation, but the most important thing is that it gets you control of the long note. A lot of bullshit out there on the net about this, okay, and that's one of the reasons. But you will use both. All right, I've never come across a musician yet told me that he was constantly using the diaphragm and he never ever used here. Okay, you work from the diaphragm, but you work both. Okay, so the idea behind it is when you're lying down, all right, you naturally, your stomach goes up and down. When you stood up, okay, it doesn't necessarily do that, so we don't necessarily breathe the right way. And as a saxophonist for many years, playing in clubs all the way up and down the country and everything, all over Europe, in the days of smoky clubs, you see the old boys, and they they're smoking 60, 70 cigarettes a day. How are they managing to play the sax, or how the trumpet, how are they doing it? Well, of course they're using the diaphragm, not their lungs. And when they're all going in for the bypass surgeries, the quacks are telling them, "Wait, don't stop playing before you go in for the op. You might be dead. Keep playing. It's important. You got to regulate the breathing. All right." So to do it standing up, you need to just slightly put your hand over there on this area, just below your stomach. Just tense the muscles slightly, and then take the breath, and you'll feel the diaphragm go in and out. All right. That's the way to start working that into operation. Okay, so that's that side of it. Okay, now in terms of regulating your breathing while you're playing, you've heard me play there. There might be something at the end I'm doing. I can't remember which way around I'm putting them. I'm actually blowing for some changes there. Okay, so the next thing about the breathing is regulating the breathing when you're playing. You see me playing at the start there, at the end. I went on for some time actually with the playing. I just cut it off and put the first bit on because I really started getting going on it. And then you just have some enjoyment. But regulating the breathing. Yes, if you come to a coach like myself, we'll give you some little tips, all right, of what to do. And that's crucial. So if somebody comes to me for a lesson, I can see what they're doing, whether they're starting out or whether they've been doing it a while, and I can give you. But generally speaking, you will learn to do it for yourself. And that is the crucial point. I see a lot of nonsense on the net, okay? As a saxophonist, you got guys who used to read tricky, complicated phrasing, who've been originally designed as a classical player, then they got into jazz, and they're reading all the phrasing within the line of the charts. I mean, I took my tuition from the old boys who did it the real way, where you hear the articulation, and through the fullness of time it all just develops, and that's the natural way to do it. And this is the thing that you should do. This is what your coach should be encouraging you to do, and just listening to what you're doing. And there are some pointers that you can do, but by and large you're going to learn most of this for yourself with whatever project you're working at, whether you're just starting out playing a couple of scales or chords or whatever, or whether you're playing some stuff or just trying to get into it. And the last thing for today, and this is something I coach on, is as early as you can, really, well, certainly the first year they're playing, work out whether you're going to be a rhythmic player, okay? Well, we're all rhythmic, but as in a rhythm specialist or a harmony specialist. Now in the jazz world, that is crucial, and you can pick them. You can pick guys out on the stand straight off with the style, easy. On this, it's very different, okay? In blues, it's very different. But I see now on the net that guys do tend to go certain ways at the top of the pile. You know, we've got the pattern men, and we've got the harmony guys, and we've got the rhythmic guys. And these are things that a good coach will immediately point to you and get you to understand these things early doors, because the earlier you understand it, then it's easier for you to set off on your journey, on this great journey. Okay, so I hope that helps some people, particularly the breath control. Get me for lessons on Harpo the Healer Wicks. You know, beginners, everybody, you know, a few little tips here and there can really facilitate you moving forward with the instrument, and about having a lot of fun, I think. And as they say in the that old Aristocats movie, isn't it, Disney, you know, remember, if there's a square in the act, it sets music back to the caveman days. So, and we're all influenced by the people we come into contact with, okay? That's very important, okay? And some of the things that I got from the old boys when I was coming up as a young saxophone player were invaluable for going to the older guys. So you should bear that in mind. Okay, hope that helps some people. I'll catch you next week.